So what we have on display here is a Ford Model T. It really was the Ford that opened up car ownership for North Americans. Car manufacturers, consumer companies, handy makers would all sort of produce accessories for the automobile because it was increasing in popularity. And so the car tent, and this one is from about the 1920s, was something that could be easily purchased, was relatively affordable, and really opened up how people could use their vehicles. At this point too, where you camped was quite open. So there wasn't the same regulations in terms of passes or protected spaces for camping. There was definitely this push to sort of industry and individuals were really charged with exploring Canada. And at the same time, we're seeing, the establishment of national parks, provincial parks. In the 1950s, we see the creation of the Trans-Canada Highway. So there's really this sort of like boom and movement pre sort of 1950s. The fleet cabin car was designed to be more affordable. The cabin car was produced after the Second World War. So Fleet was an airplane manufacturing company. Post-war, they endeavored to diversify their production line. And so as we saw with sort of the Ford Model T and the car tent, there's this boom in automobility. There's an increase in recreational vehicles, and Fleet wanted to take advantage of that. So they started producing the Fleet cabin car, which is a teardrop trailer. It's quite straightforward to manufacture. You just need a 4x8 piece of plywood and then creating sort of a streamlined aesthetic. The material for the Fleet, though, was not a great choice. So using wood in the outdoors meant that it required a lot of maintenance. And so if you weren't really vigilant and diligent about maintaining your vehicle, it would mold, it would fall apart, and it would need to be replaced. This is a 1930s Brantford trailer. This is a much larger, much heavier artifact, so not everything could pull it. We can take a look inside. So it was originally made by Canadian Carriage and Body Company, and that was a notable firm. If you look around the interior, pull-out bed, some cooking spaces, lots of windows. There would have been space on one of the sides for like an awning, so indoor-outdoor living.
So this would have been the first kind of, we're camping, but we're not roughing it.
Yeah, an early glamping.